CJ Flyer back with the fire, another YouTube video. So the Wizards, for lack of a better term, are just bad, trash, awful, whatever you want to call them. They're not good, and if you look at their center position, they have Marvin Bagley, Rashawn Holmes, and two guys whose names I cannot pronounce and I've never heard of in my entire life. And I'm sure it goes the same for you unless you come from Italy or are familiar with Oregon basketball. So nonetheless, yeah, they need to upgrade at the center position. The Wizards desperately need something. They're going to be going into the draft here with their draft pick. I'm sorry, did I say they have their draft pick? No, they actually don't. They gave it up to Houston, projected to go number 2 right now. It's going to be somewhere in the top 5, top 10 for sure. They do have a first-round draft pick, however, way back here at the back end, the Oklahoma City Thunder pick, so that could be anywhere in the 20 to 30 range. But nonetheless, they need a center desperately. And who else but the College National Player of the Year, Zach Edey, an absolute monster on the glass at both ends of the court. There you go. That is what you like to see. Can block shots with the best of them, should excel at the next level. Sounds perfect. So the rules of this rebuild: we have to draft Zach Edey, or at the very least trade for him before the start of his rookie season, no matter what it takes. And then regardless of whether he ends up being a success or a bust, we have to keep him. Okay, and something must have been wrong with the mock draft you were looking at earlier, because we actually do have our draft pick. See, that's where I'm a little confused, 2K, because earlier you said we didn't have our pick, now we do. I don't know if they were accidentally showing the 2025 mock draft, but nonetheless, here we are. We do have our pick. It's the 6th pick. I don't know why the Rockets had it, but here we are. And right now, Edey is actually projected to go later in the draft. We could take a gamble and wait to take him and pick up someone else in the meantime. Or we could also try to package that pick with Jordan Poole. Actually, I'm going to go use the trade finder. So I want to gut this roster a little bit. I mean, Jordan Poole, you know, he did okay on the Warriors, obviously. He had a great finals run with them, but he's quite clearly overrated based on this past season's performance. Kuzma's all right. We may or may not keep him. He's not exactly on the hot seat, but if a good deal pops up, we won't hesitate to let him go. I would like to keep some of these other role players, though. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. We're going to call him Denny. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. We got Shamit, who I'm looking to get rid of. Bagley for sure getting rid of. We're going to keep our rookie from last season. We're going to keep Corey Kispert. Johnny Davis. I mean, I like him, and obviously he is, you know, on a smaller contract, so perhaps we keep him around. If we can get Tyus Jones to come back, that would also be great, but not necessary. And then a lot of these other guys, it's just, you know, we don't need to keep these guys. We don't. So it's fair game. Most of the roster is up for grabs, and I'm not seeing a lot of good offers here for Jordan Poole. No one wants to take on that contract, and I don't blame them. The best we have really is, I mean, this Utah Jazz trade, because at least John Collins and Omer are on expiring contracts, whereas Jordan Poole still has 3 years left. So that's something else. I mean, our next season could just end up being a complete dud. Like, we might just end up going that route, which would be fine. Here's another one. We would have to give up our late first-round pick. I'm curious to see what offers pop up when we pair up Jordan Poole in that 6th pick. Oh my goodness. Really, Milwaukee? You just want to give up Dame just like that for Jordan Poole and a couple picks. Okay. We can get Kobe White and Nikola Vucevic. I'm not sure I want to be good in the very first season of this rebuild. Tanking is definitely not out of the question. We definitely have some decent offers here. But again, this team's not exactly in win now mode, so we're probably better off just keeping the pick. And actually, I bet if we went to the trade finder and just put that pick in there without Jordan Poole, I'm sure we're probably going to get some... Oh, actually, we're not getting many good deals at all. Where'd all the good deals go? All right, I guess Jordan Poole is what put us over the edge for those offers. So I actually really like this deal here because we get to shed a ton of salary And we also get to bring in a guy, Cason Wallace from the University of Kentucky. He had an alright season last year with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he's got that team option. He's got that rookie contract for the next few years. Lindy Waters as well. We don't have the bird years to bring him back, but that is okay. Once again, the whole point of this is to shed some salary. And again, if we look at Cason Wallace's stats, 7 points per game on almost 50% shooting, averaging 20 minutes per game on a playoff championship contender. I'd say that's pretty solid. So we'll go ahead and get Jordan Poole's contract off the books. There you go. Now that I think about as far as these other players go, like Marvin Bagley, we're in no rush to really trade him since we're going to tank this first year. So depending on what happens, we might hold on to him either as a trade piece or just, let his contract run out into next season. And okay, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this pick not on Zach Edey, but on a different player because, again, looking at the mock drafts, it looks like he's not projected to go until the late first round, and we do have a pick right in that, range of the draft. So we can go ahead and draft someone else here in the first round, perhaps a Cody Williams, perhaps an Alexander Sarr, depends who's available right now, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look, and Alexander Sarr is available, so we could indeed try to draft him, but he does play the same position as Zach Edey, and since this is the Zach Edey rebuild, that might not be the best idea. Some other great picks available, of course. We got Ron Holland, we got Cody Williams, so I'm leaning towards one of those two guys. Then again, this team could also use a point guard. We already have Kuzma, we already have some forwards on this team. Perhaps a point guard or a shooting guard would be best. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead. We're going to draft Isaiah from USC. There you go. Simulate to the next pick. And is Edey available? That is the question. So far, not looking like it. He may have already gotten taken. Bronny James is still available, as well as Dalton Connect from the University of Tennessee. So let's go ahead. We'll take Bronny for now. Well, let me just, hold on. Let's just make sure the Zach Edey is not hiding here somewhere. I don't see him. If we go ahead, can we look at the previous draft picks? There you go. What pick was Edey taken? Taken at 21 by the Pelicans, so we just missed out. Is there a way we can already trade, or do we have to wait until after the draft? Yep, looks like we gotta wait until after the draft to trade for the pick. That's fine. So taking Bronny James with the late pick in the first round. We'll go ahead and sim to the end. This is one of the few sims where Alexander Sarr didn't actually go in the top 3. That's pretty surprising. So the USC teammates, welcome to the Washington Wizards. Rashawn Holmes, to no one's surprise, accepting his player option. That is another guy that we may or may not trade away. Johnny Davis and Patrick Baldwin Jr. I don't have high hopes for these guys, but we'll keep them for now as trade pieces. Okay, we currently cannot trade away any of our players. We have to wait 29 days for that restriction to go away, so that's fine. We'll have to wait until right up into the beginning of the season to go ahead and trade for Zach Edey. In the meantime, we do have some wiggle room on the cap space, so I think what we're going to do here, we're going to try to bring Tyus Jones back if we can. That would be nice. Now that I think about it, we don't really need Tyus Jones. Yes, there is a high chance that we're going to trade one of Cason Wallace, Isaiah, or Bronny for Zach Edey for this Zach Edey rebuild, but we don't need Tyus Jones to add to the mix. We got 3 young guards, and at least one of them is going to pop off. So really what we need is a forward, because all we have is Kuzma and Denny. That's it. So if we go ahead and look at the top forwards, there's Tobias Harris, which is fine, but then we also have OG Anunoby here, and we can afford to sign him to a 3-year deal for $26 million. I'd say that's pretty solid. If we look at some of the other options, Kelly Oubre, not too excited about him. Miles Bridges, not too excited about him. Obi Toppin. So yeah, I'd say OG Anunoby is one of the better forwards available. And we'll go ahead and sign him to this deal here. Actually, let's look at what kind of offers he's getting. No current offers, really? Okay. So we'll offer him this 3-year deal, see what happens, and he is willing to sign immediately. There you go. Okay, right before the season's starting, let's go ahead and see what kind of trade offers there are for Zach Edey. I don't like... Ooh, okay. You're going to take Marvin Bagley and Johnny Davis off our hands to give us Larry Nance Jr., a veteran presence, and Zach Edey. I mean, yeah, no brainer. I'll take it. I'll take it. No hesitation. All right, so here's the roster. We have way too many people on it. I actually need to drop some guys off the roster. But great, we now have Isaiah, Zach Edey, and Bronny from this 2024 draft. So here's our lineup for the 2024-2025 NBA season. We got Cason Wallace at the point, Kispert at the 2, Denny at the 3, Kuzma at the 4, and Zach Edey at the 5 with OG coming off the bench, Bilal coming off the bench, Isaiah, Larry Nance Jr., Lindy Water. And we're going 11 deep here. I mean, we're trying to get a lot of guys some experience. Even going 11 deep, though, Bronny is still not getting any playing time. In fact, he's not even on the bench. You know what? We're going to change that. He needs some experience seeing the game for himself, and not just from the spectator's view. He needs to see it from the actual NBA team bench. So we're going to put him on the bench. And yeah, they're saying to give Zach Edey 0 minutes, but this is the Zach Edey rebuild, so you know we got to give him some playing time. And I did say earlier we'd be tanking. However, I was looking at our future draft picks, and we actually do not have, we don't have any first round picks for the 2025 draft, which is a bit unfortunate. I would like to have one. So what we're going to do is we're going to sim up to the trade deadline, and then we are going to see what kind of package we could put together, maybe with like Kuzma and OG, or, you know, just something to try to get a high draft pick going into next year. Just see if that's even a possibility. And as far as upcoming free agents go, you know, there's some big names. Of course, a lot of these guys, they're going to have, I believe, some player options. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, right there. Tatum's got his player option. Donovan Mitchell. I mean, like, look, a lot of these. LeBron will probably retire. You know, a lot of these names, they got player options, so it's not as exciting as it may seem at first. So since free agency is probably not going to bring a lot of big names, you know, of course, maybe Donovan Mitchell decides to leave. You never know. Brunson might decide to leave the Knicks, depending on how the season goes. But I'm fully expecting that most of these players, if not all of them, are going to re-sign with their teams. So with that being said, you know what? Maybe we even just look now, see what kind of options there are. Oh, that's right. We can't trade OG yet. We just traded for him. And just to see what kind of pops up for Kuzma, nothing too exciting right now. And then as far as trade extensions go, not trade extensions, contract extensions, Richaun Holmes is the only one eligible, and we have no interest in keeping him, and he'll probably be available for a minimum deal after this season anyways. So if we wanted to bring him back, we probably could. We just had a really weird trade pop up. This is not a trade finder trade. This was like the Nuggets gave us a call at the front office in DC and said, hey, we don't want Jamal Murray anymore. You can take him. Which, I mean, look, we get to keep his bird years. 7 bird years. He's only 27. You know, if he's already peaked, I mean, he's just going to hover around that 88 overall for the longest time. Yes, we got to give up one of our studs, one of our young players on their rookie deal. That's the downside to this. We are also giving up Kuzma, and then we get Peyton Watson, who, you know, he's not so bad. He's pretty good. Obviously, he's probably not of the same caliber as Bilal. But then again, we have a lot of young guards on this team, okay? So getting Peyton Watson in return, who plays the forward position, might be better for us anyways. In my eyes, this only makes us better. There's no one in free agency we're really interested in, and then we can go ahead and extend Jamal Murray. So I say let's go ahead and accept the offer. Why not? Why not? Let it go. As you can see, our record is horrible right now. But there you go. Now we're actually starting to look like a little bit of a decent team. And here come the Nuggets again. They want to make more trades. I don't know why they're trying to blow it up, but they're trying to blow it up. This trade, however, not as excited about it. Aaron Gordon, he's getting towards the mid to late part of his prime. He's not going to progress much more, if at all. Dalton Knecht, I mean, that guy went off against Purdue in the March Madness tournament. But, you know, I really like Corey Kispert. He's already established as a solid NBA role player. We got the bird years on him. Everything's going to be good there. So, you know, I'm not a fan of doing this trade. As expected, this team is garbage. Again, the problem though, we do not have our draft pick. So ideally, we either get our pick back, we get the Clippers pick. those are the two. Those are the two we need to go for. Clippers pick and our own pick back. So let's see what kind of offers are on the table, if any. And of course, who else but the Oklahoma City Thunder would have the Clippers pick? Now, what they're asking for, of course, is one of our star point guards, Isaiah, the rookie from USC, and a 2027 first-round pick for this Clippers pick. Now, I'm definitely not thrilled about that idea, as of course, you know, Isaiah's already starting to take off. Obviously, we have other point guards in Cason Wallace and Jamal Murray, so we really need to make some kind of a decision here. Of course, we got Bronny James as well, so a lot of options for point guards. And then it looks like the Rockets have 0 offers to get our pick back. They are just absolutely refusing to give us that pick back. So it looks like we're very limited on our options here as far as what we can do. And you know, this might end up being like a draft day decision. Maybe we just hold off on this for now. Wait until the off season to make this move, because right now it's kind of hard to say. We don't know who's going to have the first pick. You know, we could get that Clippers pick, and then the balls drop in the draft lottery, and they don't have the first pick. So we're just gonna continue grinding through. All right, we're at the contract extension deadline. Jamal Murray will re-sign with the Wizards. Obviously, it's gonna end up being a pretty monumental deal for a guy of his caliber at 28 years old. So we'll go ahead and give him that extension. Rookie of the Year was not Zach Edey or Isaiah or Bronny. It's Cody Williams, who went to the Chicago Bulls. Sixth Man of the Year is Naz Reid. No players. Oh my goodness, Jason Kidd won Coach of the Year. Are you kidding me? Look, I'm a Mavs fan. No, that's not happening. As cool as it would be for the Mavs to be 1 seed in the West. All right, let's move on from that. So Zach Edey, who is the starting center for the Wizards, does get on the all-rookie first team, and Isaiah on the all-rookie second team. Tied for worst team in the East. Were we the worst team in the NBA? Nope, it was indeed the Clippers. So the Clippers get that honor, and they had James Harden and Kawhi. Oh, they were the ones we traded Jordan Poole to. Okay, interesting. So kind of surprised with this kind of a roster that they didn't do any better. Maybe they had some injury troubles. I'm not sure, but I mean, for this to be going on the whole season and not winning any games, it's kind of a surprise. Jamal Murray, of course, the leading scorer for this team. Zach Edey was the second most points per game on this Wizards team. I'm very surprised. We didn't give him that many minutes. I mean, look, hit 25 minutes per game. I mean, I guess he was third most minutes on the team, but still, I'm pretty surprised he got that many touches. So good looking out from him. OG Anunoby also contributing. I mean, we got a lot of guys. Bronny James, he got to play 10 games at the end of the season. We had a couple injuries, and he was able to contribute and do very well given his overall. The one that I gotta say is probably the most disappointing, Cason Wallace, still only averaging 6 points per game despite being an 80 overall. Okay, well, Donovan Mitchell might stay with the Cavs because they just won the finals against the Thunder, and he got the finals MVP. Okay, so finally LeBron is going to retire. I think we're gonna let him be and do his thing there. It's time for us to sign a new coach. You know, as great as this Mike Stauffer guy is, obviously he's not a legit coach. Jason Kidd's available, and he just won Coach of the Year. Joe Mazzulla, also a great option, so one of those two guys might be worth going to. I know better than to go to Jason Kidd, and it does say his system is perimeter-centric, so I think Joe Mazzulla is the way to go. And Joe Mazzulla has rejected our offer for the head coach position. You gotta be kidding me. All right, who else is out there? Who else can we grab? Oh boy, we might have missed out on some good head coaches. You gotta be kidding me. Yes, sadly, our best option seems to be to sign an assistant from another team. We're just gonna go with a 1-year deal, see what happens, and that has been blocked. Great. We really messed this up. I didn't even think we'd have to make multiple offers. Not the best option, but we got our coach. So it looks like the Pelicans are the ones that got the first pick in this draft, and thank goodness we did not trade for that Clippers pick because it ended up falling to 5 despite them being so awful. So yeah, it looks like ideally we got to either get that Pelicans pick or that Lakers pick to have a chance at Cooper Flag. That's what we're going for. No offers available for the Pelicans pick, and then if we go over to, hold on one second, I'm guessing, yeah, that the Lakers pick's not available either. None of the teams are willing to part ways. That's fine. Understandable, I would say. Part of the problem, there's no offers right now. I just tried to set up a trade myself, and since there's a lot of guys that haven't signed their extensions yet, it's impossible. Well, not impossible, but, you know, teams are not going to be willing because there's not a lot of flexibility with the contracts. So we're just going to have to simulate. I'm going to assume that Cooper Flagg ended up getting the first pick. Are we able to see a summary? There we are. Oh, wow. Cooper Flagg is going to the Lakers. He actually came out as second pick. Interesting. So Dylan Harper is going to go number 1 to the Pelicans, Cooper Flagg number 2 to the Lakers. And of course, no hesitation. We're going to bring all 3 of these guys back, Cason Wallace, Peyton Watson, and Patrick Baldwin Jr. on these deals. And then we'll go forward, and it looks like Tatum's declined his player option. Donovan Mitchell, despite winning Finals MVP and the Finals with the Cavs, declining his. Jimmy Butler declining his. So actually, this, I was saying earlier how this free agency period is not going to be that exciting, but a lot of key players didn't accept their player options. So maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we shouldn't have signed Jamal Murray to that big deal. If we look at the qualifying offers, Corey Kispert, yes. These other 2 guys, I mean, I'm not really excited about any of them, but sure, I guess. Why not? So I'm pretty sure right now, yeah, we have no cap space. No cap space at all. And we have some really big names available, but I'm guessing teams like, yeah, the Celtics are probably going to get Tatum back. Wow, no one's offered Donovan Mitchell more than 13 mil. What is it? Just no one's able to? Maybe. Let's look at Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, mega contract available to go back to the Heat. Kyrie, a big deal to go back to the Mavs. Yeah, I think most of these guys are going to go back to their respective teams. And here we are. Actually, since we renounced the rights of Rashawn Holmes, and I believe there's one other guy we renounced the rights to, we actually do have a little bit of wiggle room, some cap space to work with. It's not going to be enough to sign the likes of Tatum. But we could sign a big name potentially, like right there. We could sign Evan Mobley. We could sign Cade Cunningham. We could sign. I mean, there's some wiggle room for sure. We are able to sign some big names. I'm not sure why they're not showing them under the affordable list. Because we can certainly do better than Chris Middleton. No offense to Chris Middleton, of course. So we're waiting for Kispert to accept the qualifying offer. And besides that, we got Jamal. Okay, so here's the situation. We have way too many point guards. We got Jamal Murray, Cason Wallace, Isaiah Collier, and Bronny James. One of these guys has to get traded. I just don't see a scenario in which that doesn't happen. Shooting guards, we have no shooting guards, so I guess 1 or 2 of these guys could fill in there. But again, just the size, they all range from 6'3" to 6'5". They're not that tall. Small forward, we got OG Anunoby and Denny, again, I forget how to pronounce his name. Power forward, not looking so hot, to be honest. Peyton Watson, he's not bad, but we don't have like a stud, like a star player filling in there. Zach Edey is our only center, and that is fine. Zach Edey is going to continue to be our starting center. He is balling out. This is the Zach Edey rebuild. So I think an ideal situation, we could bring Evan Mobley in if we can afford him, which yes, we can. That's correct. We could also go for the likes of Scotty Barnes. Franz Wagner would not be a bad option. He could fill in at the 2. We could change Cade Cunningham's primary position to be the 2. I'm not sure we really want to go for him. Can we even afford him? Oh, we can. We can afford him. The Rockets are currently the leaders. Where's the Pistons? The Pistons aren't even offering him a contract. Are you kidding me? So I don't know what happened with the Mavs, but that Mavs offer is no longer on the table for Kyrie. And Kyrie's main position is listed at a shooting guard. We could maybe afford Kyrie, but he is getting older. Mobley makes the most sense. Scotty Barnes makes some sense. And Cade Cunningham, to me, makes sense. So we're going to go Evan Mobley on this one to pair him up with Zach Edey. I think that would be that would be a terrible matchup for anyone. A Mobley-Edey lineup. That is like the Timberwolves coming out with Towns and Gobert, or Naz Reid and Gobert, or Naz Reid and Towns. I mean, that's, you got 2 bigs that can play defense. Although I guess, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be saying that about Towns. But there you go. Oh, we would have to renounce the rights to Corey Kispert if we signed Mobley here. So that is the downside. But I mean, let's be honest. One of our point guards can either get traded for a shooting guard or can fill in at the shooting guard position. We don't. I like you, Corey Kispert. Don't get me wrong, okay? Like, really, please, don't get me wrong. Look at those percentages. He did pretty well last season. You can't pass this up, though. You really can't. Time to sign some veteran guys on minimum deals. We got Alex Caruso here. We'll go ahead and extend. Oh, wait, hold up. Alex Caruso, could we get him on like a 3-year deal to get his bird rights? Because if we could lock him in long term, that would not be too shabby. Honestly, that would not be too bad, especially if he's going to be a consistent defensive presence. Maybe we go ahead and do that. Actually, what we're going to do first, we're going to go for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We'll go for a 3-year deal with him. Go ahead, sign him. And then we're going to also bring in Alex Caruso. I believe we can, yeah, we can also, we might have to go minimum deal on him. I'm not sure if he'll take this. No, he won't. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead. Let's just get past day one here first. All right, Caldwell Pope, we'll sign him to a 3-year deal. Let's go ahead again. Let's look. I guess we don't really need a backup center because we got Mobley. In Caruso, we can only afford to offer the minimum deal. We'll see if he takes that. And I guess just for the sake of having the veteran presence, having someone, you know what? It would be good to have someone for player mentorship. So either Rashawn Holmes or a Larry Nance Jr. Let's look at the badges. Now, you know what? Tristan Thompson, welcome to the Washington Wizards. Player progression, Jamal Murray, he decreased one. That's not good. I was hoping he'd at least stay at the same level. Mobley at a 90, OG Anunoby at 82, so he didn't change. It looks like he's just kind of plateaued there. Same with, I guess, Denny really at 24 years old. Cason Wallace an 81 overall. Isaiah up to a 79. Peyton Watson up to a 78. Zach Edey up to a 77. Bronny, oh my gosh, that's a huge jump, up to a 75. Oh my goodness. Zach Edey in the Summer League, bruised forearm for the season. He's able to play through it. Let's just take a look at this. He went down 1 overall. All right, so he's going to play. We're not going to take him out. He's going to play with a bruised arm for the rest of the season, I guess. Never mind, he's healed. What is this? They said it was a season injury. I mean, whatever. I don't care. Maybe they just meant a Summer League injury. So here's the starting lineup. We get Jamal Murray at the 1, Caldwell Pope at the 2, Denny at the 3, Mobley at the 4, Edey at the 5. We got OG, Cason Wallace, Isaiah, Peyton Watson off the bench. We're only going 9 deep here. We also have Bronny James, who, I mean, ideally, he should be getting playing time. Honestly, it probably makes more sense to put one of Cason or Jamal at the 2 and then have Caldwell Pope off the bench just to give them the playing time. Mobley out with an injury, ankle injury, 8 to 10 weeks. That's not ideal. Oh, great. Our other star player out with an injury. Wonderful. Hey, this is a good opportunity to get some other guys some minutes. So there's at least that, you know, bright side to all of this. Bronny James is about to get like 30 minutes a game here. Oh my goodness, we're actually winning games without them. What? No way. We're winning games without Jamal Murray. No, we're not taking a Zach Edey trade. Look, I mean, Jamal Murray, the team's kind of playing better without you. I mean, I hate to say it. Let's go ahead and rebuild these rosters. No, we are not going to start Alex Caruso. So interesting trade offer we got here. OG Anunoby, who's only been averaging around 12 points per game coming off the bench. You know, a few rebounds, couple of assists. He gets 30 minutes per game. It's not like he's not playing. Meanwhile, we got Lauri Markkanen right now for the Utah Jazz, also playing 30 minutes per game. I'm sure his usage is a bit higher, but I mean, just look at these stats. He's getting over 20 points per game. He's getting 8 boards. He's shooting much better, 42% from 3. I mean, meanwhile, you look at OG Anunoby, 36% from 3 and 66% from the free throw line. I mean, it's just, you know, just looking at it all in a nutshell, I mean, it's kind of hard to pass this up, I would say. We increase our height. Obviously, OG is probably the better defender here, but we have not exactly been excelling at winning games. The only huge downside I see with this is we lock into a very long-term deal with Lauri Markkanen for 4 years, whereas OG, we only have 2 more years on that contract. And honestly, that's fine because most of the guys on the team are going to be staying on the team for a while at this point. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to accept this offer. Go ahead and look at the rotation now. Again, Caruso, you're not going to be starting. We're going to put, again, either Cason Wallace or Isaiah Collier in that shooting guard position. So here's the new rotation. Things are looking pretty solid. That being said, we are right up at the trade deadline, so it is time to start taking a look and see what we got going on. We do have our draft pick going into the next draft. Once again, we're not a bad team, but we're not a great team. We're kind of right there in that lottery range, end of the lottery kind of, we might make the playoffs, we might not. That's kind of where we're at the moment, which is, it's not bad, middle of the pack right now. And this roster has a lot of potential to improve on its own without any assistance from us. Honestly, if we just kind of kept rolling with this roster as it is, probably not too bad. Our top 3 guys are currently locked into long-term deals. We got Cason Wallace, who we will end up re-signing, I believe. Let's go ahead and take a look at his contract. Yeah, he still got the team option. Got another guy locked in long-term. We could trade Denny here. We don't need him. He's coming off the bench just to kind of see what's available. He hasn't really progressed at all. That's my only concern. Isaiah, obviously, he's got the rookie contract with the team option. Peyton Watson, he will be... Oh, we need to look at contract extensions here in a moment. But who else? Zach Edey, of course, still on his rookie deal. Caldwell Pope's locked in for the long term. Bronny James is locked in with that rookie contract. So really, unless someone ends up with a really bad injury, this could really just be our team for the future. Although we could look to trade, see what the value is for Cason Wallace, see what the value is for Jamal Murray, because Jamal Murray will start to regress in the next couple years. So let's go ahead, let's just see what pops up just out of curiosity. Because what's going to end up happening is Jamal Murray will start to regress a little bit, and either Isaiah or Bronny or Cason Wallace is going to end up being the highest rated point guard on this team. They're going to take the starting spot. So trading Jamal Murray would not necessarily be a bad thing at this point. We have guys available like Pascal Siakam would be bad because we can't spread the floor anymore with Mobley and Edey. And Şengün, man, Şengün is tempting. He's a really good prospect. He's probably going to end up being like a 90+ overall. But again, can't spread the floor as easily. Towns is already 30 years old, man. Why does it feel like Towns is still in his mid-20s? Yeah, I'd say the only trade worth considering here is for Şengün, and I don't think we necessarily need to do it, especially because we already got Edey, who's progressing very well, and he's going to end up taking that spot. So let's go ahead and see what kind of Cason Wallace trades are available, see if, got some draft capital available to us or what's going on here. Chris Middleton, who's starting to regress. Yeah, there's just not a lot of good offers at all. I'm thinking we just kind of stick with what we got here. We're not going to win the championship this year, but we got enough guys on this team, guys on rookie deals. We got guys, we got a good team locked in for the long term. So they'll be middle of the road for the next season or two, and then, I imagine these guys are going to start popping off. Because one more thing we could do, see who would be willing to take our draft pick, because I'm not really too interested in it, and it's actually a swap with the Sixers. Swap where? Oh no! Oh, sorry. This is the offer they're giving as a swap. Okay. Well, let's see what else is available. A lot of trades giving away either Kentavious Caldwell-Pope or Tristan Thompson. That's not super exciting, and it doesn't look like we're getting a lot of value in return for any of those guys. We could trade for 2 Mavs late first-round picks. Not really excited about that. Yep. Let's just roll with what we got. We're not gonna have a great season, but it's not gonna be a bad season, and the progression is gonna be insane. Luka's winning another MVP Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year to no one's surprise. Ron Holland, 6th Man of the Year. No awards for our team, the Knicks, getting 62 wins in the East. And none of the Wizards players are winning any awards. We're going to be going, I believe, into the play-in, yes, as the 7 seed up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And we're going to be playing without one of our big 3, Lauri Markkanen. He is out with a sprained right ankle, 1 to 2 weeks. But nonetheless, he was the leading scorer for this team. No one really scored 20+ points except for him, which is honestly probably due to the fact that he was playing for Utah earlier in the season, because his average definitely got brought down a little bit, but the scoring was spread out. Look at Zach Edey. I'm really shocked. Like, I know we're starting him at center, but the fact that he's getting this many points is kind of absurd. 11 rebounds per game, 2 blocks per game. Bronny doing fairly well with only 17 minutes per game. Cason Wallace, again, like he's an 83 overall. He gets 26 minutes per game. I guess his usage just isn't high enough. He is shooting 47% from the field, 44% for 3. So it's not like he's doing nothing. He's getting a steal per game. Like, he's not bad. It's just, he's not, exceeding, whatever expectations are set out for him. I don't know. He's definitely underwhelming in my eyes. You know, we got some of the role player bench players down here. You know, everything else is looking fine. We end up winning the play in game. Let's see who ended up leading the way. Jamal Murray with 29 points, Denny with 22, Isaiah with 21. Evan Mobley played 42 minutes in that game. Oh my. 3 steals and a block. That's looking good. Edey only played 7 minutes. Was he should have been starting. Let's go ahead and take a look. Something might have happened with the rotations. Oh, he's injured. Well, that would explain it. All right. So Edey's out with a neck strain 1 to 2 weeks. That's very unfortunate for him. Lauri Markkanen's still out. Let's go ahead and start simulating these games. We're playing the Hornets. The Hornets have our 2 seed. They have LaMelo Ball, Trey Mann, Brandon Miller, Bol, Mark Williams, Jalen Suggs off the bench, Jacoby Walter. Yeah, they got a solid team lined up. We'll go ahead, simulate the rest of the play-in, and let's get going on these. So we end up winning game 1. Honestly, as a 7 seed, I think we got a pretty good chance. We'll have the CPU adjust the rotation there. We stole the first 2 games on the road. No way. If Charlotte wins both of these, I mean, this simulation, this is just ridiculous. So the road team has won all of the first 4 games. Unbelievable. Hornets finally win 1 at home. It's going to a game 7 now. I'm just at a loss for words at how ridiculous. Oh, and perfect. Lauri Markkanen back just in time for game 7. He's probably playing in this one. And right off the bat, it's a very close game. Let's see if we can get to the 4th quarter here. It's still neck and neck, man. Okay, tie ball game. 2 minutes left to go. It's not looking hopeful. Nope. Gonna end up losing this one by 4 points. Evan Mobley, the leading scorer. Lauri Markkanen coming in and scoring 24 points of his own on 50% shooting. Very nice, considering he just came off an injury. Jamal Murray got injured in this game. Edey did not play. Really? Okay. Despite doing what he did the entire season, he must have gotten injured again, I guess. I don't know. We're going to simulate the rest of these playoffs. Thunder win it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, finals MVP. We're just going to simulate the draft this year. Not really too excited about. We ended up with the 17th pick, taking Keon Anthony from Syracuse, a 6'7" shooting guard / small forward. That's actually a pretty good fit for us. So we'll go ahead and move forward with that. Team and player options. Obviously, all 4 of these guys, yeah, we're going to accept the team option there. Luka declines his player option, Trae Young declining his, so they will enter the free agency. However, we're not really in a position to get many guys. Okay, Peyton Watson will offer him the qualifying offer, as well as these other 2 guys here. We'll go ahead, proceed forward to player progression, because like I said, at this point, I mean, we have what we have. The roster we have, it is what it is. Okay, Peyton Watson accepts, perfect. All right, player progression. Why did Evan Mobley go down? I mean, he had injury probably every other week throughout the season. Like, that's the most I've ever had to stop a simulation, adjust the rotations myself, because I wanted to make sure certain guys got minutes. Jamal Murray, 87 overall, not looking great. Lauri Markkanen, not going up or down. The good news is we got guys like Bronny James, Zach Edey, Isaiah making moves. It might be time to start looking to trade some of these guys since they're not progressing. That's kind of sad to say, but, you know, Mobley, our big signing the last season, he's been very underwhelming. I mean, again, if we just look at the career stats, how many games did he play in this season? Where do we see that? He played 60 out of 82. He didn't even qualify for end of season awards. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel great about that. So 1 season in, we are going to look and see what kind of offers we can get for Mobley as well as Jamal Murray. We honestly might package them both. I'm just not excited about the top 3 on this team. They still all have 3 years left. It's nice that we got guys locked in, but again, when we want the focus to be on Zach Edey and some of our other young players, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel too great about it. So let's just go ahead, see what pops up in the trade finder. We're thinking about cleaning house here. And yeah, gotta be honest, all of these offers are very, very underwhelming. Tyrese Maxey's probably our best bet, and he's at a position that we are already way too deep in. We got too many point guards. Jalen Green would be fine, but I just don't like his fit on this team. Alexander Sarr, okay, pair him with Edey, I guess. But no, you know what? Maybe I'm just getting a little bit too antsy. Maybe we just got to keep rolling with this team here. Maybe I'm just overly anxious about it. What if we package Jamal Murray and Evan Mobley? What pops up? Nothing good. Kawhi Leonard, a 35-year-old Kawhi Leonard and Jordan Poole. Oh yeah, let's bring Jordan Poole back, all right. No thanks. Okay, nothing. Man, all these offers are awful. Awful, awful, awful. Okay, I'm just being impatient. I want to be good within the first 2 seasons. It didn't happen. Now I'm getting impatient. Case and Wallace, there should be good offers for him, but there's not. So, we can get Bryce James. Have Bryce James and Bronny James on the same team. And right off the bat, Jamal Murray, strained right hip. Oh my goodness. It's just, it never ends. These injuries with these guys. I didn't realize how injury prone they all were. No, we don't like that trade. Oh my goodness. Should have traded him. I should have traded Mobley. Oh my. Oh boy. All right. Well, here's what we got. We got Isaiah at the 1, Jamal at the 2. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it with this. I mean, why? Why Evan Mobley? It's no wonder he regressed. He's just an Achilles injury too, you know. Oh my goodness. This is just bad. Bronny's also out right now. It is not looking good for this team. I mean, we're not awful. Look, we got 15, 16 wins. Case and Wallace with shoulder tendonitis. I mean, does it ever stop? And then these trade offers we're getting are just awful. Like nothing that's even worth looking at. Oh yeah, there you go, our savior, 35-year-old Kawhi Leonard for Jamal Murray. No, thank you. We're passing on that one. Oh no, this one might be worth looking at. How old is Keldon Johnson again? 27 years old? No, we're not going with that trade. Sorry. Nope. Did not mean to click on that. Uh-oh, another one. Out for 2 months, Jamal Murray. And another one. Why? It's always our big 3. I mean, like, these guys aren't known to be injury-prone guys. But between Mobley, Jamal Murray, and Lauri Markkanen, it's just one after the other. Oh, man. And again, we're not getting good offers. Like, the best offer we got for Lauri Markkanen was for Jaren Jackson Jr., which doesn't really fit what we're trying to do. But if we look at the rotation right now, it's to the point we got Bronny starting at the 1, Isaiah at the 2, Denny at the 3. Patrick Baldwin Jr. has been progressing. He's playing at the 4. Edey now still at the 5. Case and Wallace off the bench. But yeah, there you go. There's our big 3 right there. Just, man, what bad luck. At least it's not the end of the season, so we still have a chance to make things work. Shea wins the MVP. Did we get any players getting any awards? It does not look to be the case. Oh, there we go. Bronny James, most improved player, 15 points per game, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal, shooting 48% from the field. Ended up locking in at the 4 seed, just short of 50 wins. Honestly, a whole lot better than I expected, given the fact that we had so many injury issues. And of course, we're playing without our top-rated player in Evan Mobley. That's a little bit disappointing going into the playoffs, so we're probably not going to make it very far. And, oh yeah, by the way, Edey's also playing through injury, if I hadn't mentioned that. So, Lauri Markkanen was the leading scorer for the team. Edey with his double-double. Evan Mobley with averaging his double-double. Both of them getting 1 to 2 blocks per game. Jamal Murray's scoring has regressed a little bit. Bronny James, of course, has gone up. Isaiah's gone up. We got Patrick Baldwin contributing. We got Denny still doing his thing. Case and Wallace still not doing anything despite continuously progressing. I don't know what he does on the court. He's got to be the least utilized, like, solid player in the league. Playing against the New York Knicks in the first round, they have Jalen Brunson still, along with most of the rest of the supporting cast that they've had in the past. They still have the Villanova guys with Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo. So we have the home court advantage, but nonetheless, still losing the first 2 games of this series, again without our star player in Evan Mobley, and now I guess we're losing Peyton Watson too. We're going to get swept by the New York Knicks. So, yeah, I guess that's what happens when you don't have your best player on your team. I was hoping for at least 1 win, but it is what it is. That's just how it goes. At least we get to see the Knicks win the finals. You know, it feels good to lose to the team that ends up winning it all. So there's that. We have the 22nd pick in the draft this year. It was a center. We also have the first pick of the second. Honestly, we have a lot of second round picks this draft. I was not paying attention at all to who we had. And, you know, I'm not really, I don't really care. We don't have any cap space. I mean, we might as well take some of these guys if they're any bit decent, which none of them look to be decent. Let's be real. We'll take a gamble. We'll take a gamble on what universities he's from. LSU, Washington, and Nigeria. All right, we'll take all three of those guys. They all fit in anyway. Can we sign all of them? I don't even know how much space we have. Too many players. Yeah, that's what I thought. What if we'll just take the one guy, I guess. Team and player options. Obviously, we're going to accept for all of these guys. Giannis, Durant, Butler, all declining their player options. Qualifying offers, AJ Hogg. I have no idea who that is. Of course, we're going to send out the qualifying offer to Patrick Baldwin Jr. and Cason Wallace. There's no doubt in that. We're going to progress to player progression because at this point, we have our roster. Our roster is what it is. I'm going to be seeing what kind of offers we can get for Evan Mobley, who I fully expect to drop off the deep end. Yeah, he's now down to an 88 overall. This is the earliest I've seen a star regress. You know, like he's not even at the age where you would consider it to be a player's prime. That being said, Isaiah Collier, Bronny James, Zach Edey, all bumping up to the low to mid 80s. Lauri Markkanen's starting to fall off a bit. Cason Wallace is just camping out at an 82. Our roster is in a constant state of mediocrity, so let's just go ahead and... Oh, we can't trade yet? All right, skip past the Summer League here. What's available for Evan Mobley? What's out there? He's overpaid at this point. We could get his counterpart in Cleveland, Jared Allen. No thanks. That's okay. We could get Jaren Jackson Jr. He's also regressing at the age of 27. Not really sure how that's happening so quickly. We could get Walker Kessler. Man, there's just not a lot of good trades out there. Trey Jones and Daniel Gafford, that does not get me excited. Siakam, aging. Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray's pretty decent, but again, that's just... The problem is Mobley's so injury prone, apparently. Little did I know. We could do this trade here if we really gave up on our guys. Yeah, I mean, I think we need to potentially look at the end of this season, depending on how things go. Like, this might be our last go. This might be it. We see how things are by mid-season or by the end of the season. If they're not great, we trade for one of the top picks to get a forward because things are not looking great. Again, this roster, constant state of mediocrity. Not even a 90 overall on this team. It's insane. What if we tried to trade both of these guys? I mean, it's just Jalen Green. We could go for Jalen Green. That might not be a bad idea. We have to give up the pick, but I mean, look, we don't have a lot of options. We're getting desperate here. Desperate for some action. Jalen Green, he's near the high end, the peak of his progression, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know, man. And there's not a lot of good offers for our young guards either that have tons of potential to get up to like 90 plus overall. So yeah, we're just going to proceed. We're going to proceed as is. That's it. We're just going to play things out. Just simulate. Just ready, set, go. Before we do though, Jamal Murray will re-sign. Denny says no. He doesn't want to stay on the team. I'm kind of surprised. We may as well trade him then, I guess. Jamal Murray will re-sign with 2 years left on his deal. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope will re-sign, but he is regressed to the point where, I mean, we would just offer him the minimum. I don't see, you know, it doesn't really make much sense to me. Let's look for some deals where we can trade away Jamal Murray and Denny, because at this point, we got way too many point guards. We could get an 81 overall Kawhi Leonard. We could get Jaren Jackson Jr. on this team. We just need some good forwards. It seems like there's never any good forwards available. We got Pascal Siakam there, but he can't spread the floor. We got Herb Jones. We got Jabari Smith Jr. Is this real? Is this legit? I mean, Fred VanVleet would come off the bench. This ain't bad. This is actually pretty good, all things considered. Jalen Williams and Lou Dort, Franz Wagner. That would be a solid deal. I guess what I'm curious in is if Jabari Smith Jr. is or is not done progress. Oh, he's regressing? He's regressing at 24 years old? Why are you regressing? So that's why we're not getting any good offers for small forwards, because the highest rated small forward in the league is a 90 overall. That's it. Power forwards is where it's at. You know, we got some studs there. But even there, we only have 3 guys above a 90. We got Durant, who's 39 years old. We got Scotty Barnes and Paolo Banchero. I mean, I guess you got that, but I highly doubt these guys are even. Why is Paolo regressing? Why are all these players regressing? They're so young. Maybe we're not so far off, so bad off with Mobley after all. Centers, there's a lot of good centers in the league. Wemby at 97 overall. Yeah, there's just not a lot of. I don't know what I was expecting here, but at this point though, it would be smart to trade Jamal Murray and the guy that's, you know, he doesn't want to re-sign. Fair enough. It's probably not a good look for us. And we could get some of our other point guards some more minutes, help them progress a little bit more. So, I mean, yeah, why not? Why not look for some deals? And I gotta say, I'm pretty much on the Franz Wagner hype train here. I'm only considering this Jalen Williams one because we get Lou Dort as well. But if we look at this Franz Wagner one, I mean, Kevin Huerter's on I think he's on an expiring deal there. I mean, look, it is what it is. There's not a lot of great options. Franz Wagner is still young, even though it shows he's regressing. At least he's one of the best small forwards in the league. And Jamal Murray next season he's definitely not going to be our best player. So let's go ahead. We'll make this trade. There you go. So now if we go ahead and look at the new rotation, we're going to have Isaiah Collier at the 1, Cason Wallace at the 2, Franz Wagner at the 3, Mobley at the 4, Edey at the 5. We got Bronny James and Lauri Markkanen off the bench. We got Patrick Baldwin as well, Kevin Huerter. I mean, heck, we're ranked 5 in the power rankings. I mean, I guess we'll see where we are after that trade. Yeah, about a month in, they got us at 8 in the power rankings, so it's not like we're a bad team. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just the injury bug and everything else that goes on with this simulation is just insane. Lauri Markkanen will re-sign. I'm not sure I want to re-sign him unless it's for cheap. And oh my goodness, why is he asking for $20 million a year? You are out of your mind. I mean, I'm willing to start parting ways with him right now if you're going to be asking for that much money. I guess he is getting paid $38 million at the moment. So, you know, if we're comparing to that. Oh, and would you look at that? The injury bug hit us again. Franz Wagner out 4 to 6 weeks. I can't take it. I really can't. We're just simulate the season. Just put me out of my misery. Shea wins another MVP award. Did any of the Wizards win anything? No, they didn't. The Thunder get the 1 seed in the West, but I have to show y'all something because something incredible just happened with these Wizards. Bronny James got All-NBA 3rd team. Defensive teams, nowhere to be seen. That's fine. Let's go ahead now. Let's look at these standings. Moment of truth. I do not know how this happened. I mean, obviously the West is much better than the East. The Spurs also getting 60+ wins. But look, this team for the longest time was sitting around 500 or lower. And then out of nowhere, just started winning game after game after game. And there you go. 51 wins. Ended up being 1st seed in the East. Look, I'm not complaining, okay? I don't know how it happened. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Maybe that can tell the story. Zach Edey is the leading scorer on this team, which I'm telling you, I just downloaded the draft class. This one, I did not tamper with any tendencies, any potential, anything. Just left it be. With the Zach Edey career simulation video, I did add some badges and whatnot, but for this, I didn't touch anything. It's just all him and Bronny James leading the way together. Isaiah also up there, Franz Wagner doing his thing, Lauri Markkanen doing his thing, Evan Mobley just complete garbage on a huge contract that he really shouldn't be on. And he started in 80 games this season, mind you. And he is not even in the top 5 scoring on this team. I mean, it's just absolutely atrocious. It's a crime against professional sports contracts. It's awful, but hey, Zach Edey getting it done nonetheless. So getting things started, we're up against the New York Knicks once again. First round, can we avenge them? Oh my goodness, they won the first game. No way, please don't do this to me. Why? Why are the Knicks so good? Who's on this team? Can we take a look at these box scores? What's going on here? 1 by 5. They won by 22. Who's on the Knicks? Brunson, Randall, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart still. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Get swept in the first round as the 1 seed. Well, okay, that's not fun. Do we have any injuries? Doesn't look like it. Looks like we had all our main guys. Mobley Mobley went 0 of 6 in game 4, playing 32. He needs to get traded. I don't even care anymore. He needs to get traded. Thunder win again. The Thunder are the best. Okay, so I actually just took a long break, maybe like 1 to 2 hours. It's actually halftime of Mavs Clippers game 2 in real life. And from what I recall, we just got swept as a 1 seed. And Mobley Mobley's bad. He's regressing at a very young age, probably due to injury issues. We got, oh my goodness, Durant and Curry retiring this season. All right, well, we got a lot going on here. A lot of staff retiring. My goodness, Hall of Fame inductees. There you go. All the jersey retirements. Looks like Draymond retired too. What do we got going on here? Okay. And I was not paying close attention. I just assumed we didn't even have a draft pick since we were the 1 seed, but we, to my surprise, we had a pick and we took Cameron Barnes. The CPU did. CPU GM took Cameron Barnes. I don't know anything about this guy. He's 6'10" from Duke, 75 overall. Honestly, that guy could probably fit in pretty well. We got Keon Anthony. I believe he was our pick like a year ago, if I remember correctly, so he'll come back. Kyrie declined his player option. All these other players have accepted. Anyone that's worth talking about anyways. And yeah, we'll move on. Qualifying offers. Isaiah Collier, of course. We are going to extend offers to them and to Edey and to Bronny. So we should be all good. Don't think I need to sit through this. Jokic is available. I don't think we have the room. Yeah, we don't. All right, let's just move forward here. Zach Edey accepts, Bronny accepts, and Isaiah accepts. So, player progression. Isaiah is now our best player at an 88 overall. Franz Wagner regresses again to an 86. Mobley is hanging around an 88. At least he didn't regress. At least we got that going for us. Edey only went up to an 84. Bronny James an 83. Cason Wallace an 83. Lauri Markkanen continues to regress. No surprises there. Keon Anthony up to a 78. Nice. And then our new draft pick at a 75. And then we have this guy was also a draft pick, I think, a year ago. So this is our roster right now, and I gotta be honest, it's a bit underwhelming. So, you know, we traded away Jamal Murray and I forget the name of that other guy, and ended up getting Franz Wagner from that deal. But Franz Wagner already starting to decline himself. Mobley's got 1 year left on his deal. It's not really looking too great. Ideally, we're going to go ahead and trade those guys. So we're going to have to get through the Summer League first. Okay, who wants Yvonne Mobley? Oh, Scotty Barnes? I mean, we have to give up a first round pick though. Okay, we got Mobley for Garland straight up. Jalen Suggs not looking too hot. Jaren Jackson Jr. starting to decline already. Tyler Hero at 28 years old. Is he regressing? What's going on with Tyler Hero? Where's the progression? Come on, pull it up. He has been a solid, steady 87 for the past few seasons. Who knows how long that's going to continue. Sabonis at an 83 overall. Jalen Duren's just been sitting tight at an 85. What else we got? Wendell Carter Jr. No thanks. Ooh, Derek Lively. Okay, at an 85. And we get it's a really late 2033 first round pick. What else? Does Mobley, does he even shoot threes for us? I don't think he really does, because that's my only concern is, hold on, let's go to his 3-point attempts for his career. He does shoot threes, but how many? How many 3-point attempts per game? Oh, quite a bit throughout the season. Okay. I guess we need to keep that in mind if we're going to get one of these centers that cannot shoot. Oh, this is interesting. Obviously, Siakam is much older, but Mobley, I mean, I guess he didn't really regress, did he? I'm just concerned because of all his injury issues. Yeah, it's not good. He's got high risk of injury for that one ankle where he got I'm pretty sure that's where he got the tendonitis or the broken Achilles the other year. So hanging around an 88, that's what he's doing. Every time I look at a new deal for Evan Mobley, it's just looking less and less promising. Who else? Lauri Markkanen. I doubt we could get anything good for him. Oh my goodness, Jaren Jackson Jr. keeps coming up. I don't understand why. Derek Lively off the bench. That would be something. Amen Thompson? Are you kidding me? Okay, we're actually getting some solid offers for Lauri Markkanen. I'm really surprised. Just looking at our roster needs, I mean, we could use a better, an upgrade at the shooting guard position off the bench. Of course, we got Bronny James and Cason Wallace. Now, they do want our young center, but to be honest, with Zach Edey in the mix, I don't care a whole lot. If we could snag like a pick from them as well, maybe we can rock with that. But it looks like they don't really have any picks available. They must have traded all their first round picks recently. Let's Let's just try to steal a couple second round picks as pieces. Why not? And they're not biting on that at all. Maybe just 1 second round pick. Nope. Okay, fine. You win. Take your oh, they don't even want that. Get out of here. Get out of here. We'll set it up again in the trade finder. And it's a done deal. Okay, let's go ahead, reset that lineup. There we go. We got Isaiah at the 1, Amen Thompson at the 2, Franz Wagner at the 3, Mobley at the 4, Edey at the 5. Not a single 90 overall in sight, except Isaiah's definitely going to get there next season. I mean, I mean, look how fast he's progressing. There's no way he doesn't get there. He's only 23 years old. He's the next star player for this Wizards team for sure. Also, for whatever reason, we still got some decent players available on the free agent market before the season starts. Now, I can only offer them $5.9 million. If we take a look and see if anyone is willing to take that much money, I mean, we can go ahead and sign them. Oh, look who it is, the guy that didn't want to re-sign. Well, guess what, bud? Now you don't get paid at all. So I was looking through the trade finder. I did find Christian Braun available for a really good deal, so we signed him for 1 year. He's added to the team. Obama's on the team. We got 15 guys now. We're ready to start the season. But before I forget, yeah, look right here. I went to contract extensions. Look who's refusing to re-sign, as if you have any leg room whatsoever. I'm going to be surprised if anyone even wants to sign you for the money you're looking for, especially considering you've been regressing so much. But then again, here we are. This Scotty Barnes trade is looking better by the minute, honestly. Yeah, and they both get similar stats. The only downside, of course, is we have to give up a draft pick. I'm not too excited about that. But just looking at the other deals available, I mean, there's not really much. There's not much good looking deals going on here. So at least we still got a solid squad if we make that trade. Oh, now that we have Mo Bamba. But I don't really want Siakam locked in for 3 years like that. Well, would you look who it is? Şengün, 26 years old. He dipped for a year, but he's still hanging around at a 90 overall. What are his stats looking like recently? They're good. I mean, he's getting those assists. Oh man, his 3-point percentage is awful. Oh, just bad. Oh, finally, getting a player and a pick. What do we got going on here? Not a whole lot of scoring, that is for sure. What's the progression looking like for Sohan? Let's see. Probably not a whole lot of increase. Oh, but it is going up. He is increasing in the overall department. I don't know, man. I'm still stuck on this Scotty Barnes deal. I like Şengün. I really do, but I just can't get over Scotty Barnes being available. I don't know, man. The fact that Scotty Barnes' scoring numbers appear to be higher makes me more inclined to take him. But then again, I guess it's difficult, man. It's just good that Barnes can fill in at the 3 when Şengün is considered strictly a 5. So we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for this one here. We're gonna just take it as it is. Yes, we give it the draft pick. That's fine. So now we got Scotty Barnes. I think we should be able to extend him now. Oh, we have to wait a little bit, but him, and then we got some other guys we'll extend later as well. So redoing the starting lineup, it's Isaiah, Amen Thompson, Franz Wagner, Scotty Barnes, Zach Edey. Mobley is off the team, and let's look at maybe I should have looked at this before the trade, but let's see Scotty Barnes' injury history, injury tendency. Yeah, good. We don't have a red ankle this time. I can live with that. So as we start to simulate the season here, I just got back from another break. What is this trade offer? Ooh, actually, hold up. This trade might be worth something. Low key, I kind of like this deal. I mean, we signed Mo Bamba on a minimum. We get Naismith, and how many years does he have on his contract? I think a couple more, right? Yeah, and that would give us 3 bird years with him if we wanted to keep him. And then Keegan Murray, he's got 2 bird years, but he's got that player option, which I would assume he'd most likely take. But Franz Wagner, man. Hold on, let's look at the stats. Let's see how these guys have been doing recently. Franz Wagner, ever since he joined Washington, his points per game went down. He got 18 points per game with Golden State that one season he was there. Keegan Murray, on the other hand, not doing a whole lot more, I would say. Honestly, pretty similar players here. And then Naismith doesn't even play. He doesn't play. Wow. Okay. I mean, he does play. He gets 21 minutes per game. He just doesn't get the ball a lot. I'm going to stick with what we got. Why not? If we look at a roster one more time, I have to remind myself, actually. Okay, yeah. Okay, so before I was rudely interrupted by the simulation, just got back from watching Mavs Clippers second half of game 2, and oh my goodness, to anyone that talks trash about Luka's defense ever again, I'm just going to send y'all the clips of that game, because man, oh man, Luka was playing some of the most, like that is his peak on-ball defense against Paul George, against Kawhi, against Harden. That game was insane. I still can't believe how that turned out. I mean, that was just awesome. All right, this trade here, no, we're not interested. Look at this. It turns out the Bulls were the ones to sign Evan Mobley, or did we trade? We traded. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. Stop the simulation. Didn't we trade Evan Mobley to the Bulls? I thought you're not allowed to trade him back, or is this a different Mobley? Hold up. Yeah, we traded Evan Mobley in a first-round pick to the Bulls for Scotty Barnes, and now they were offering us Evan Mobley back for Franz Wagner. Sorry, you made that trade. You're stuck with him. Sorry, Chicago. All right, let's keep simulating here. Oh my goodness, here we go again. Evan Mobley for front. They're trying to just get more picks from us. No thanks. Sorry, you're stuck with him. Deal with it. What is this trade? Ooh, this one is... No, we're going to keep him in Thompson. We're going to keep Thompson. Look how good we're doing right now. We're doing so well leading up to the trade deadline. Wemby's winning the MVP. Bronny James, 6th man of the year on the Wizards, averaging 20 points per game, 4 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and a steal. Any other notable players? No, none from the Wizards anyways. Okay, so anyone? No All-NBA teams, no defensive teams. All right, that's all fine. Let's go ahead, look at the standings. We were the 1 seed for the longest time and then slipped up towards the end of the season the last couple months and lost a ton of games, finishing at 4th with 48 wins. Thank goodness we're not matched up against the Knicks in the first round. I'm tired of being matched up against the Knicks. But most importantly, how did Zach Edey do? He was no longer the leading scorer, still putting up some crazy good numbers, averaging a double-double and 2 blocks. I mean, look at those stats. His blocks, this is the highest blocks per game he's had in his career. His rebound numbers are dwindling a little bit. His points went down a little bit, but you know that's kind of expected when you have Isaiah Collier just coming out and being that superstar player that this team needed. Also getting Scotty Barnes. Okay, Orlando Magic, first round. Oh my goodness, why? Always starting off losing games. What is wrong with this team? What is wrong with this team? Who's injured this time? No one's injured. Everyone's healthy. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, who do the Magic even have? Who do they have? They have this guy, AJ Bansta. They have no one else. They really, I mean, Wendell Carter Jr., Bobby Portis Jr. Bobby Portis Jr., it's like he's wearing sunglasses. How does he even see through those things? All right, I mean, they got Malik Monk. Malik Monk's all right, but like their team is not that good. Oh, Paolo's injured. Paolo's on the team. He's still on the team, but he's injured. Okay. But what's been going on here? Okay, so Paolo played game 3 and he got hurt. So is he playing game 4 or not? Magic won by 18 in game 3. Game 1 won by 15. Game 2. Come on. At least one game. Give it to me. There we go. And we lost in 5. I cannot believe this team. The Utah Jazz with Ron Holland winning the finals. Okay, so this is the off season in which we need to bring Isaiah back. We need to bring... Where is he at? Ooh, Cooper Flagg's a free agent. Okay. Where are they? We need to bring Edey back and we need to bring Bronny back. And oh my goodness, the Clippers are trying to steal him away from us. We need to offer a big contract. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This is the Zach Edey rebuild. No, Edey, you don't get to decide to sign with the Clippers. Hold up a second. All right, well, we're gonna need to do something about that. No, sir. Nope, that is not allowed. Okay, let's go ahead. We gotta sign Scotty Barnes back to his mega deal. Oh, I forgot this is the moratorium period, so there is a pretty good chance that none of this is going to matter anyway. So, okay, first day of free agency, and let's check the rosters real quick because I know there's a glitch. Okay, so we got those guys back. Let's go ahead and see if Edey's actually still available because he very well might be. He is not. He's gone for good. And now we cannot afford anyone else. Great. I can't believe this happened. Well, because this is the Zach Edey rebuild, we have to trade back for him before the season starts. Let's look at the cap holds here. Oh yes, that's right. We need to bring back Cason Wallace as well. Almost forgot about him. We can bring back Christian Braun and Mo Bamba as well. Honestly, I'm tempted to just keep simulating to see if Cason Wallace would take less and less money, but I don't see the point. We'll just go ahead, offer him this contract. Okay, we got our guys. We got Scotty Barnes, Isaiah, Franz Wagner, Amen Thompson, Bronny James, Cason Wallace, Keon Anthony, and then we signed Isaiah. We signed Christian Braun back. We got Kenyon Martin Jr. We got Cameron Barnes still on the roster. We signed a veteran Zach Levine at 75 overall, a veteran Max Strus, and starting to get older, Nasir Little. We also have this guy, Glenn Longley. I think he's our draft pick this year. Yeah, okay. Pick number 23. So here's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to get through the rest of free agency, and right before the start of the season, we're going to have to trade for Zach Edey. That's how we're going to have to do this. So Isaiah gets up to an 89, Scotty Barnes down to an 88. No surprises there. Bronny James up to an 84. I'm in down to an 84. Franz Wagner stays the same, and Keon Anthony is starting to jump up a bit, getting to an 81 overall. Okay, time to make the trade offer for Zach Edey. The Clippers took him away from us. Zach Edey was recently signed, cannot be traded until... Are you kidding me? Until this... I'm about to turn off the trade rules just to make this happen. That's how committed I am. This is the Zach Edey rebuild. It has to happen. How do I turn these off? Okay, I found it. Found it. The recent signed restriction. We're turning that off. Get that out of here. Going ahead. We're going to get him back. Come on, Zach Edey. Let's go ahead, get the trade offer going. We got the Bronny James, Cameron Barnes and Bronny James. Oh my goodness. Jarace Walker. I'm not familiar with your game. Oh, from Houston. Oh geez. I know who that is. Okay. Isaiah, definitely not. And then, ooh, this one, I mean, Bronny James and Cason Wallace. Now, like I've said before in the past, Cason Wallace, he is like the most underutilized, like, good player. Like, I'm sure as soon as we trade him, he's going to average 10 points per game. I mean, just look at the stats. Look at his shooting splits. I mean, he's averaging 46% from 3 the last 2 seasons, 44% the 2 seasons before that. Like, he's a good player. I guess he just doesn't get a lot of touches. I mean, he plays 20-some minutes a game. I guess he just doesn't get enough touches. Bronny James, this would be a huge loss. But it is the Zach Edey rebuild. It's not the Bronny James rebuild. Jalen Suggs is a good player. He'd be just fine off the bench. But look, let's not just assume that we can't do this. All right, let's see if we can give him something other than Bronny James. Is there any draft picks we can hand out? Maybe a 2033 first. Maybe a 2034 first. And Cason Wallace. Okay. Oh, we need to give up another player. All right. Who to give up? The Wizards would acquire 35 million more than allowed. Okay, great. So really we just need to dump off one of our big contracts, which I'm not interested in dumping off any of them. So yeah, I guess Bronny James kind of does make the most sense for this team. I mean, he doesn't really fit that well, to be honest. That's why he was 6th man of the year. Geez, I really don't want to do it, but I feel like I kind of have to. Yeah, nothing that I try really works. I tried adding other role players and kind of playing around to see if contracts would work out. It does not. So this is it. This is what we're going to have to do. Bronny James for Zach Edey to bring him back. Part of me wonders if we should actually hold on to Cason Wallace, because maybe with the exit of Bronny James, Cason Wallace kind of takes off. So, you know, we could trade our draft pick here, Glenn Longley. He's not going to do a whole lot. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do this trade. Let's make this happen. So now we go in rotation. We're gonna have Isaiah at the 1, Keon Anthony at the 2, why is Amen Thompson not starting at the 2? Why is he coming off the bench? Should be Isaiah, Amen Thompson, Franz Wagner, Scotty Barnes, Zach Edey. Off the bench, you got Cason Wallace, you got Keon Anthony, Christian Braun, Hartenstein, and Cameron Barnes, who should be progressing pretty well. Wait, years pro 0. For some reason, I thought he got picked. Yeah, hold up. He should have played last year. We didn't just trade for this guy, right? I'm pretty sure he was the 10th pick of last year's draft. Anyways, there's our roster. We got a couple veterans too, so we can go ahead and use that player mentorship and get things rolling. And before anyone changes their mind, of course, we're also going to do contract extensions right now. We're going to sign on Amen Thompson to another 3 years. Now we got locked in Isaiah Scotty Barnes, Amen Thompson, Zach Edey, and Cason Wallace for the next 4 years. Okay, what is up with this team, man? We got a losing record almost 20 games in. Is someone injured again? Yes, there is. Franz Wagner. The injuries never stop with this team. All right, guys, you're looking at the screen right now, and I know what you're thinking. What in the world am I doing? Look, desperate, okay? The team keeps losing games, so I just started searching for players 90 overall and above just to see if any trades come up. And Devin Booker, with the most ridiculous contract known to mankind, at 33 years old, 93 overall. I mean, he's still getting buckets for now. If we look at the progression, I want to see how much he regressed. He's hanging steady. He is just hanging on by a thread. He could go down at any point, but we got some offers here. We could give up. I mean, some of these are just not looking that great. Obviously, Keon Anthony is kind of the future. If we look at his contract situation, go over there, and oh, never mind. I mean, we have the Bird years to bring him back, but Scotty Barnes kind of been key for us. Look, some of these actually look pretty good. So Keontae George, look at this. We could trade. Basically, we switch Isaiah and Amen for Devin and Keontae. I guess long term, you know, I like what we got going on the right, but I mean, it's Devin Booker. Devin Booker, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, Devin Booker's gonna get paid $80 million at age 36. What? And we're gonna be broke. We're gonna be so broke if we go for this. I mean, we're just gonna become a poverty franchise. I mean, he's still averaging 20 points per game. I mean, just comparing the numbers, like Amen can't shoot threes. Look at those 3-point numbers, pretty bad. Keontae George, he can at least hit them. Isaiah, you know, he's not averaging 20 per game. Am I really about to make this switch just for the sake of doing it? Because we've just been in mediocrity for so long. We haven't gotten out of the first round in the past like 3 or 4 seasons. I feel like we need a change up, okay? We need a change up here in DC. I really want to add like a draft pick or something, but forget it. We're doing it. We're doing it, all right? We did it. We're going crazy because it's been 3 seasons in a row. Nothing's changed. We need a shakeup. Why in the world is Christian Braun starting when we could have... I mean, Keontae George, what, 6'4"? Keon Anthony, 6'7". I mean, we could really we could do that. Come on, guys. We gotta get our good players in the game. I don't know what the coach is thinking there. Going 10 deep as well. You know, why is Markelle Fultz getting playing time on a roster? Oh, that's why. Because we have injuries. I totally forgot. I mean, that's why Franz Wagner's not even showing up here. All right, whatever. That's our team for now. Let's see if things change. Obviously, team chemistry is going to be a little bit shaky to start things off, but we'll see how it goes. Won the first game. There you go. Won the second game. Won the third game. Clearly something's going right. Won another game. Won another game. All right, I guess Devin Booker was definitely the key. Well, we were winning games, and then we started losing games, so we're right before the trade deadline here, just kind of taking a look at what we got. I mean, we got Devin Booker as our best player. We got Scotty Barnes. Zach Edey is the 3rd best rated player. I guess is Franz Wagner just not having a good time? Hold up, is he not starting? No, he is starting. What is wrong with Franz Wagner? Is he not happy about something? What's going on? Personality neutral. What's up, bud? What you got going on? Where do they tell you? Hold on a second. Relationship. Overall status horrible. What's wrong? Is it because is he up for a contract extension? What do we got going on here? Oh, yeah. Did I miss him? Refuses to re-sign. Man, I must have skipped over him on accident earlier. Well, with that being the case, I guess we're going to trade him then, because we're going to lose him for nothing if we don't. Well, ideally we would get a small forward, but a lot of these offers, I guess this Benedict Mathurin offer, he's a small forward, right? I mean, I guess that's a good way to go. He's peaked at this point. He's an 87 overall. His stats are pretty comparable, and actually his shooting percentages are much better. Jaden Ivey, we could pair him back up with Zach Edey, the Purdue teammates. Yeah, you know, a lot of these players would be better fits. Mathurin, Jalen Williams. Just for the sake of the video, we're going to pair Edey and Ivey back up. Same team. There you go. They're back together again, reunited. So now we have Devin Booker starting at the 1, Ivey at the 2. Why is Christian Braun starting? It's beyond me when we could have Keon Anthony in there. We got Scotty Barnes, we got Zach Edey, and then Casey Wallace, Keon Anthony, and some other guys off the bench. Oh, that's right. We also got Keontae George, who, when he comes back, I guess he'll also come off the bench. So yeah, right now we're currently 11th in the conference. I don't know what's going on. This team is, I mean, it's a well-constructed team in my eyes. I'm not really sure why we're losing games, but here we are. I guess things are just, they're not looking good in the Eastern Conference of all places. Okay, finally starting to string some wins together here in March. It looks like we're just eligible enough for the play-in at this point. I mean, look, 51-point win. There's a, close to 30-point wins. Beating the Knicks, our arch nemesis at this point. We're sneaking our way into a guaranteed playoff spot. Okay, finally getting it back together. 6th seed. Cooper Flagg winning the MVP. Bronny James, who's now on the Clippers, still getting 6th man of the year. Cooper Flagg most improved. And it looks like we're not going to get it. Oh my gosh, the Thunder got 72 wins. Unbelievable. No Wizards recognitions, and that's okay. Let's look at Zach Edey's stats. 16 points per game, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. I wouldn't say he's starting to regress, but he's definitely plateaued. Devin Booker with 20 points per game. Keontae George with 18. We got a lot of guys scoring in double digits. 6 to be exact. And we are going to be matched up against Philly in the first round. Let's just hope we don't get swept this time, or even gentleman's sweep. I'd like to at least keep this competitive. Oh boy, here we go again. Okay, thank goodness. We won a game 2. We won a game 3. We have a series lead. Ladies and gentlemen, it might finally happen. Oh my gosh, we made it. We made it. It took forever. It took trading for what's gonna end up being an overpay for Devin Booker, but we did it. We made it to the second round. We're gonna play Atlanta. Who does Atlanta have? They have Cade Cunningham, Ace Bailey, Alexander oh my gosh, this team is stacked. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Oh, won game 1. Okay. All right, lost game 2 as expected. Man, we're kind of keeping it competitive. Okay, this is probably going to go back and forth. No, we made it to the conference finals. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, matched up against the 1 seed Boston Celtics, who still have the Jays, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They still got Porzingis. They got Kyle Filipkowski from Duke. They got Ellis Harrington. Man, they got some how'd they manage to get these guys? What draft picks did they have? That's insane. Okay, they have a great team put together here. So this one's going to be difficult, but here we go again. We've made it so far. Lost game 1. Hey, when we're winning one of the first 2 games, I'm feeling pretty good about our odds. We're probably going to lose this one though. Yep, there you go. Lost in the conference finals to the Boston Celtics. And Thunder are probably going to win this thing. Yep, there they go. There they go. Shea with another finals MVP. Edey in the playoffs with 17 points per game, 12 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and Booker with his 20 points per game. Okay, free agency, we went out. We got Keontae George back. So now our roster still got Devin Booker, still got Scotty Barnes, Jaden Ivey, Keontae George, Zach Edey, Casey Wallace, Christian Braun. I feel like I'm forgetting someone from the roster that we could pick up, and I really wish 2K was better at kind of like hint, hint, nudge, nudge, like telling you who you had on the team so I can go back and pick them up. Man, there's a lot of big names available. My goodness, a lot of 85 to 89 overall type players. We have no money to get any of them. Yeah, I don't know. I hope the cap space has been increasing. I haven't really been paying attention because this should not be happening. Bryce James is available. I can't afford him. I don't even know how many roster spots do we have at this point. I mean, we need to sign 5 more guys. That's kind of where we're at right now. I'm about to just sign the best available, to be quite honest with you. We'll go ahead and offer that contract right there. Okay, Booker fell to a 92, Barnes to an 88, Ivy to an 85. Or I guess technically they didn't fall. They're just sitting right. No one progressed or regressed, so I guess that's a good thing. We got Isaiah Joe. We got Roderick Mullins is our draft pick for this season. We got Markelle Fultz back on the roster. We got Aaron Gordon because of the badges. Isaiah Joe because of the badges. So yeah, we're just going to let things kind of play out, I guess. Man, this team drives me insane. Like, I'm looking at this roster, I'm like, yeah, it's probably not the best roster in the league, but it's certainly not like one of the worst, as the record would indicate. And I just start looking, and it's like, look, the Sixers, they don't have a 90 overall guy. Yeah, the Bucks, they got Giannis, they got Fox, but they're aging, and beyond that, nothing too crazy. The Bulls don't have a 90 overall guy. The Cavs don't have a 90 overall guy. The Celtics, let's not talk about them. Clippers got 190 overall guy. It's like same as us. The Grizzlies, same as us. Hawks, same as us. The Heat have a worse roster than us, I would say. The Hornets, pretty comparable roster, if not worse. Jazz have a worse roster. The Kings with Luka, they're pretty top heavy. The Knicks, okay, yeah, they might be a little bit better. The Lakers, nope, they're worse. Magic, about the same. Mavs, about the same. Like, I just going down the line, I just don't get it. I don't get, this simulation has not been kind to us. That's what I'm trying to get at. This Thunder team, oh my goodness, Shea and Chet, just insane. But yeah, we got 386 guys here. We got an 89, we got a 92, we got an 84. I mean, like, this team's not bad. And I'm curious, actually, if we go to the free agents right now, I'm guessing there's probably some guys that are way too good that should not be available that are available, as we are seeing right here. I mean, look, we could bring Corey Kispert back if we really wanted to. There's really no need. But, to my point, it's just, the simulation has not been kind. We're currently sitting at around 500. We're just middle of the pack again. Our pick's not going to be worth anything worthwhile. We don't have the cap space to do anything, and the team's just it's trash. It's awful. So maybe it's time to change it up again. I don't know. We keep trying different lineups, different things here. Jaden Ivey looks like a stud, but doesn't even matter. I'm trying to get a 90 overall player again, just to see if we can. Brandon Miller, 89 overall. Just a lot of 89s out there, not a lot of 90s. And there is a trade available for none other than Nikola Jokic. This would be awful, especially pairing with Edey. I mean, we'd just be throwing our roster in a dumpster fire at that point. Dylan Harper, probably nothing. Boozer, probably nothing. Chet, probably nothing. Yeah, it's just because Jokic is, he's old. He's getting old for basketball, 35 years old. I mean, look, we're not gonna, it's almost like 2 a.m. at the point that I'm recording this. We're not doing any more crazy trades at this point. Or maybe, maybe we are gonna do one more crazy trade, because I'm not continuing. I know we're so close to 10 years, and really I just want to win a finals, but man, I don't even know what to do with this team at this point. We're kind of just stuck in mediocrity. Do we even have any draft picks available at this point? I feel like we kept giving a lot of our draft picks away. I can't even get to the menu. I'm like falling asleep here. All right, 2032. It's currently, I think, 2030 or 2031. We got all our first picks leading up. I mean, we could try to tank. We could. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but we pair Booker and we pair Jokic, an old Booker and an old Jokic together on the same team, and I mean, we'd be pretty top heavy because, well, hold on. Let's go ahead, go to the trade finder for Jokic, and that's it. Scotty Barnes and Jaden Ivey for Jokic and a 33-year-old OG Anunoby. They want our first round pick too. I mean, they're just trying to just, cut us out entirely from being competitive in this league. And look, the Wizards are just a poverty franchise, okay? They haven't been competitive in so long. Sure, they found ways to bring fans in. They got Michael Jordan in his second retirement tour, but look, or sorry, that was his third retirement tour. My goodness, can't even count these things. Oh, of course, Zach Edey out 4 to 6 weeks. So look, if we get rid of Scotty Barnes and Ivy, we bring in Jokic, who could play the 4. That just sounds ridiculous. Jokic and Edey on the same team. We would have Keontae George or Cason Wallace at the 2. Christian Braun still at the 3. We'd have 2 90+ overall guys. Not a lot of teams in the league can say that. Even though it's going to be very short-lived, we're doing it. I don't care. It's a YouTube video. This is not real life. I don't care. I would, however, like to not give up the draft pick. So could I please get a pick in return, even if it's 2035? I don't care. Who's Colby Jones? No. No. We're not doing that. Watch. Now they're not even going to take this trade. They're going to say, no, we changed our mind. Yep. They want to give Colby Jones now. Nope. We're not doing that. Let's go back. Trade finder yet again. Let's get fleeced. We're getting fleeced. I'm just kidding. We're going all in for a championship run. This is such a bad idea. Okay. So now we got Jokic. We got Booker. We got Keontae George, Cason Wallace, and Zach Edey, and OG Anunoby. I mean, why am I throwing OG under the bus? OG's going to be starting for us. Christian Braun, I'm sorry, you're coming off the bench now. Why is Aaron Gordon starting? No. Hold up. Why? Oh, because they have Edey. Edey's got injured. I forgot Edey's injured. All right, so Edey will come back, and I mean, I'll put him in the starting lineup myself if I have to. And wouldn't you know it, even with Devin Booker and Nikola Jokic, we're still losing games. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, I get that they're older, but look at this roster. You can't tell me this isn't... Look, okay, hold up. Look at this. Look at the other rosters in the league. Hold on. Who are the top teams? Obviously, the Thunder. We got the Celtics. We got the Hawks, Hornets, Warriors, Spurs. All right, so let's go back. Let's look at those rosters. Warriors. This Warriors roster, I mean, it's okay. They got a lot of depth, but I mean, look, come on now. Come on. Let's look at this Spurs roster. Okay, Spurs are, oh my goodness. Okay, I stand corrected. But look, still, we got Jokic, we got Booker. Not a lot of teams in the league got, you know, some guys don't even have a 90 overall player, let alone 2. I don't know. I think we got a pretty solid roster to be sitting at 12th in the East. And look at this. Now we got Edey at the 4 and Jokic at the 5. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe running a traditional basketball lineup is what's holding us back. Well, look, the way I see it, if we're going to lose, we might as well keep losing so we can get a good draft pick, because otherwise I really don't see the point in us to keep winning. So let's keep falling back if we can. Oh my goodness, now of course we're winning games. Why even bother? All right, the Thunder had a crazy record again. Nikola Jokic is all NBA second team. That's pretty much it. That's it. There's nothing else to really talk about with the Wizards. We didn't even make the playoffs this year. I'm at a loss for words, quite truthfully. If we look at the stats, see how Edey did with Jokic in the mix, that's going to be pretty interesting to see. And he actually outscored Jokic with 18.9 points per game, 11.4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Jokic, what's his 3-point percentage? 30%. It's okay. That's okay. All right, Devin Booker, Keontae George. We got these guys for at least another couple years, and then we're cutting this rebuild off. We're ending it, okay? Simulate the playoffs. My money's on the Thunder. Oh my goodness, the Thunder blew a 3-0 lead in the first round, but nonetheless, they're still gonna go ahead, win the finals. There you go, surprise, surprise. Now, we should be able to get a good pick this year. Let's see what we got, and where are we? Oh, I thought we had our pick this season. Oh my goodness, we would have had the 9th pick. Oh, that might have been the oh shoot, that was the Evan Mobley trade. Man, what are we doing? Okay, Jokic regresses to a 91, Booker to a 90, Edey's up to an 85. I'm surprised he's progressing still. My goodness. Keontae George still sitting at an 85, Cason Wallace an 83, OG down to an 80. We signed Corey Kispert. Welcome back to the Washington Wizards. Christian Braun, Cameron Barnes still with us. We got Roderick Mullins, our 2-year player. Isaiah Joe, Grant Williams we signed. We signed DeAndre Hunter. We signed Zubac. And welcome back to the Wizards, Lauri Markkanen. Signed him back on a minimum deal, and he is the worst rated player on the team. Okay, this is it. This is the season. No excuses. We just signed a bunch of extensions. Everyone should be thrilled to play well for this team. And one of those players, of course, being Zach Edey, and we are starting off hot. Oh my goodness, 5-1, 6-1, let's go. Okay, well, so much for that hot start. Don't know why I got so excited. I'm sorry, this is the last season. You can't win them all, okay? You know, as much as I'd love to get that finals appearance or to win that finals with Zach Edey and a Zach Edey Wizards rebuild, I mean, look, you just can't win them all. I mean, you know, what else are you gonna do? We got Devin Booker, we got Jokic. Granted, they're a bit older, but it's, you know, look at guys like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, heck, even like James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George right now. They're in their mid-30s and they're still out there winning games, and oh my goodness. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna stop the simulation because I think what might be happening, no, that's not what's happening. We got Edey coming off the bench. I was gonna suggest that perhaps the problem is that, you know, we're running a too big lineup, but that's not happening at all, so forget that. Man, this team is just awful. What is everyone's tired, everyone's depleted. You know, I do wonder if I set up the training schedule a little bit, that maybe things would be a lot better. Okay, so apparently a couple players on the team have beef. I am not even joking right now. Apparently, you know, OG's unhappy, relations fed up, you know. I didn't realize he was up for an extension, so he got pretty salty when we didn't re-sign him, and I guess there's a brawl in the locker room because it's upsetting another couple guys. I don't know what's going on. Pretty ridiculous if you ask me. Look at that aggro. Lauri Markkanen aggro. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I mean, this team is pretty much doomed. I'm about to just waive these guys. Like, I'm not even joking when I say this. Like, I'm about to release OG to free agency. Like, does that, you know, a waive player's salary will for remainder of the contract? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna lose anyways. We're not going to the playoffs. We're 13th in the East. I'm about to just, he can bounce. Goodbye. See you later. Everyone else is frustrated because, surprise, surprise, we're bad. And I don't know what happened to the Thunder, but they are, oh, there they are. They lost in 7 to the Spurs. Clippers end up winning the finals with Carlos Boozer's son. And we're going to go ahead and fix things up last season. And we are in the running. It looks like we have just above a 10% chance to get that first pick, and we fall back to 6. Ugh, dang, that's not what you want to see. Okay, we're gonna go right into, actually, let's see what kind of coaches we can sign here. Okay, we still got our guy for another year, so that's fine. We're gonna go right into the NBA draft, see if there's a guy we can get at 6 that can help put us over the edge. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Seems like there is a consensus #1 overall pick. The floor, Yao Ming. Yao Ming is your floor. Ceiling Hall of Fame. Okay, can we draft this guy, please? He's consensus #1, and beyond that, it looks like there's a bit of uncertainty. How about this guy? Floor, Miles Turner. I mean, that's not bad. Floor, Powell. Ceiling, Powell. Okay. I mean, I'll take anybody. This Johnny Joseph character from Alabama, his floor, Jamal Crawford. I mean, that's pretty solid. Boomer start, floor, Bill Bradley. I don't even know who Bill Bradley is, to be honest with you. Okay, who do we got? Where's our guy? Okay, who's this? Curtis Terry? No, thanks. Boomer start. This is the guy. Yeah, I don't know who Bill Bradley is. Malcolm Brogdon floor. Darius Miles floor. Come on. Someone's got to have a better floor. Matthew Dellavedova's your floor. No, that's not who you want to take with the 6th pick. Who's this guy? I don't know. I don't know who any of these people are anymore. Look, Glenn Rice is your ceiling. I mean, that's pretty solid, I would have to say. We're just gonna draft him because Boomer Smart. I like the name. Boomer Smart. Okay, simulate the rest of this draft. Nuggets get, you know, generational talent right there. The floor being Yao Ming. I mean, that is just absurd. And I wasn't paying attention. Apparently, I skipped right over the retired players part of the simulation. Jokic left on us. Jokic just said, "Peace, I'm out. I'm not gonna play anymore if I'm not playing for a championship." And instead of instead of going to a different team, he just straight up retired. And I don't think we have cap space to sign anyone, so we're pretty much, we're screwed. We're screwed. I mean, this is it. This might be the end of the video. I don't even know what else to do at this point. We don't have much of a future. We got Boomer Start. That's pretty much it. We got some point guards. Man, this team is so sad. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. I'm calling the video quits. This is just embarrassing. This might be the worst rebuild on the channel. Edey's stats in the last season that we simulated: 18 points per game, 12 most rebounds of his career. I mean, he is absolutely balling out. But we failed to put together a good team around him, good enough to win. I mean, we gave him Devin Booker. We got Jokic. We had a star-studded lineup. We had Jaden Ivey. Things just didn't pan out, and I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. So that being said, perhaps, he's gonna end up having a great career if we kept simulating. I'm not gonna keep doing that. We've been through what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons. Yeah, I'm done at this point. Going to bed. Click this video on the screen now for another rebuild video. One that is 99% sure going to be much better than what you just saw here.